welcome back. As we approach the start of tournament play for girls basketball, teams across the area made plans of how to protect their players from a possible late exposure or contact tracing that could risk their postseason. For one team, it was already too late, but instead of having to miss out on the end of their season, something special happened. And as a result, the community has now rallied behind these so-called Fab Five and their coach. The Riverton Park Panthers have had a rough go of it. Twice this season, the Panthers were put in quarantine due to contact tracing, and at 3-10 coming into the final 2 weeks of the season, RP was hopeful that they were through the worst of it and could focus on wrapping up their regular season and preparing for sectionals. Then Athletic Director Charlie Martin received a call.
It was devastating, obviously, being this late in the season, to realize that more than likely the majority of our roster wasn't going to have an opportunity to play anymore.
Now, RP finds themselves in quarantine for the third time this season due to contact tracing. It seemed all hope for the Panthers to finish their season was lost. But that wasn't the case. It turns out RP had 5 freshman girls who weren't exposed who could finish the season.
We went to the girls, explained to them the situation, and they wanted to try it. And we had a game coming up quickly, so I said, well, we'll try one, and that's kind of the approach we've taken.
But they aren't the only ones thrown into new roles.
Mackenzie Sherman's had to step up to the plate to take over those duties.
Getting the message that I was going to be, the only coach there at first, I was really nervous because I had never coached anybody before. I was very excited that we were going to continue the season.
As for the newly dubbed Fab Five, the girls say it was an easy decision to finish out the season.
We really kind of just wanted to represent RP, and we really like to play basketball.
It's really important for our senior. I know that she would want us to continue with the season as well with the other girls, and they're really supportive of the decision we made and playing for RP and the Panthers.
So there you have it, a first-time head coach with 5 first-time freshman varsity players. With 3 conference games left in the season, the goal was to stay healthy, compete in the games, and make it to the next game. But in the second game at Covington, something unexpected happened. With just seconds left on the clock, RP found themselves in a 1-point game, and freshman Ariel Wright was going to the line for a chance to give her Panthers the lead.
I was like, if I miss these, I'm going to be so mad. It was a lot going through my mind.
But Wright didn't miss. She nailed both free throws and secured the Panthers their 4th win of the season. Now Coach Sherman and the Fab Five turn their attention to sectionals, where they'll be taking on South Putnam. But for Coach Sherman, these girls have already won so much.
I felt very inspired, the fact that they didn't want to use COVID as an excuse. I know a lot of times now people, if they don't want to go to work, they're like, oh, I can't, COVID, all that. I like that they are just pushing through it and fighting hard, and hopefully we can continue to do that throughout the sectional. So.